Happy new day, everybody. So I feel this morning God wants me to do kind of like a recap of how I ended up in the situation that I'm talking about all the time. Some of you are new and like, what in the world is this going on? So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. I'm living in Texas, a small town in northern Texas. And I've lived here for a few years, was in Boulder before that. And I thought my life was a certain way until I started being attacked really obviously and blatantly. And it just seemed to kind of come out of the woodworks at me. And I was wondering, what the hell is going on? These attackers have been using devices called direct energy weapons. They're also called touchless torture devices. And they usually come up from underneath you somehow. I don't know. That must just be how they work. Like the energy goes up. So I've been being attacked by these devices for many, many months. But specifically in January, my neighbor downstairs where I live right now, which has been the, fourth or fifth place that I've lived since I've lived here, which has only been about, 3 or 4 years or so. This has all been escalating in the last year or so, but basically the attacks kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then there was gang stalking and people changing my views on my YouTube, making them look smaller, they took there's probably at least 1,500 to 3,000 views on each of my videos. That's not the shorts. Shorts would be like half that. That's probably what's actually going on, my actual views, because that's what they were before. But they try to lower your views so you don't look credible. But God has told me my biggest weapon at this time in this spiritual war that we're all going through is my truth and my integrity. So he says, just speak your truth, Amy, and this will all get resolved. So what's happened is I just keep getting attacked incessantly, both at home and in my car, to like today even, it's like an ongoing thing. And I'm 52 years old. I'm way too old to be, pummeled with all these torture devices. It's been a really horrible experience, but I'm learning to rise above it, because I believe in loving yourself. I believe in a God that is source energy. So he animates us, he makes us breathe, and he makes us see things, and the way that we operate and what animates us is what God is, which is also called chi. God's source energy is chi, and consciousness. It's what you're filled with when you meditate, that tingly feeling and the aliveness in your cells. But God also has consciousness. So you can speak to him. He can send you, or it could be a she if you believe that. He doesn't take offense. And you basically, you can become one with God through meditation and enlightenment. And I've been enlightened like 3 times. Now, enlightenment just means that you wake up to who you truly are. God made us all enlightened beings. But because of all of the darkness in this world and all of the propaganda and all the ways that we've been brainwashed in our world, we've been dummied down, and the present moment has been ripped away from us so that we will only look at the past and we will only look at the future. And it's robbed us of where God is, which is in the now moment, in the present moment. When you're meditating, you're connecting and holding hands with God is what I call that. So I believe in loving yourself, in always speaking your truth. I have taught for many years how to empower yourself and how to do the right thing so that you can, you can have good conscience and not have anything that you feel bad about having done. And if you have done bad things, then, if you stay present and you change your ways, you can change everything. I don't think anything needs to get in your way. Just because you have a past, it does not define you. So I've worked with people who are trying to recover from things that they've done before as well. So, I'm not claiming to be some kind of perfect person, but I do always try to do the right thing, and I always have. But basically what I found out about when I was getting all these attacks and everything was that apparently about 30 years ago or so, my stepmom found out that I had an inheritance, and she somehow intercepted that mail of the notice of getting a property or a house or something. I still don't know what it is, but apparently somebody left me an inheritance, which I desperately needed at that time. Desperately needed. She claimed that I was crazy. I believe I went into a mental hospital very briefly. I think it was like 11 days or something for PTSD. But I believe it was her that did black magic on me, now that I know that she's a practicing witch. Black magic witch, which is different than even a white witch, I guess. But I don't, anyway. She's not a good person. I thought she was. I thought she was very, very sweet. Man, if you meet her or my stepsister, who was apparently also in on this and trying to be a copycat of some sort, they're, you would never think that they seem so sweet, like very, very sweet. I never suspected anything. Anyway, except that they never talk to me. They won't have anything to do with me. So this kind of makes sense when you take that into consideration. But anyway, apparently they thought if they were to throw me in a mental hospital by throwing some voodoo or black magic at me that made me really freak out. Back then I didn't know about that stuff. So I believed it was me, that something was wrong with me for a moment. Although when I went in the hospital, they said, "You're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You had PTSD for a moment." So they basically gave me PTSD, my stepmom. And I say they because it was probably a coven or whatever, but so I was sent to a mental hospital very briefly, and they decided there's nothing wrong with me. I did nothing else after that, didn't go back to anywhere, and I learned Byron Katie's work and all. It actually became the catalyst for me to become very emotionally mature from that experience, because I didn't want to take any drugs or anything unnatural to recover from the PTSD. So I've worked very, very hard for many, many, many years on, natural products and doing things like the most natural way possible. Like, so Byron Katie's usually my go-to for dealing with anything. And I train people in how to do that as well. I teach people that. So I got myself over PTSD pretty much, over many, many, many years, but it's anyway, so it was a catalyst for me. It ended up, that's how God works. God works everything to your advantage when you're a good person. So they stole from me, saying that I was crazy. And the reason they did that is because they had to make me look crazy so they could get a fake power of attorney. So they think they own me. And they don't. I've never seen this power of attorney form. I didn't even know until recently. This is 30 years later that they even did this. So they've apparently assumed my old identity with my maiden name or something like that. My stepsister pretends to be me and goes to court hearings and things. I don't know what's going on. But I know a private investigator I believe a private investigator is looking into all of this, or has already discovered all of this and is questioning everybody now. Thank God. So all of this happened because my stepmom was very jealous of me and didn't want me to have it. She wanted herself to have it. She wanted my stepsister to have it. And so she has made me out to be a really bad person like my whole life, which I also didn't realize. All of this has all come to me recently. Like all of this is like, God has been sending me readings on a regular basis to explain what's going on behind the scenes, that's filled in the details of some things that that it really kind of baffled me, but all of a sudden made sense of my life in a way. I've been like, oh my gosh, this is craziness. So anyway, so it explained why all these people start coming out of the woodworks. And then the girl downstairs, apparently, like everybody jumps on the bandwagon, and apparently the person downstairs and maybe the person next to me, I don't know, but the people who were in the coven here in Texas that my stepmom got a hold of, and my exes, there's a lot of people involved in this because they do something when you do black magic and you do voodoo and stuff like that. There's something called like taking somebody's destiny or something. I forget the name of it, but they think that you can steal. They've done it before to other people with success, but they haven't picked on a chosen one before. So I'm really divinely protected, extremely. Really bad things, really bad karma comes on people who pick on me in any way. Even if they talk bad about me, it doesn't matter. Really bad things start happening to people who pick on me. That's why it says in the Bible, do no harm to my anointed ones. And I've had that protection like my whole life, which my stepmom probably knew and was jealous of back then too. But anyway, so yeah, I just all these people, all three of these people, the person next door to me, the red, I call her the redhead, and then the one downstairs, the one underneath me, and my stepmom, and probably everybody, I don't know, but they've all been spreading lies about me, trying to get people against me, trying to say that I've done things to them, trying to say that I do black magic, trying to say that, and I don't even comprehend their world. I have no idea why. I don't know why people would lie, cheat, and steal their way into anything. Like, I don't know how they sleep at night. These people murder people like it's nothing. Like, oh, well, I got money for it, so who cares? It's like, I don't get that at all. But anyway, so there's a lot of people that are planning on having any kind of money that I would have, I guess, or keep the inheritance or whatever it is. I don't know what they're up to, what they've been up to, but I know that from what the readings are saying, they say that they've already ordered her, or they are ordering her to pay me back my money that they've been living off of for all of this time. They have been ordered to probably stop. They're having their accounts frozen or soon will, and they are still saying we can still steal her destiny. Keep doing black magic. It's gonna work eventually. It's gonna work eventually. So they continue to torture me. They're still doing it. I can't believe they're still doing it, because I know they've got to be having like so many things go wrong with their lives. And instead of taking responsibility and seeing that what they're doing is not only not working, but it's actually, they're destroying themselves by coming after me. And they think that it's me, and it's not me. I haven't redone anything. In fact, when I see these people like out in public, when we're in the parking lot together, I just ignore them completely. There's like, with people of that different of a mentality than you have, there's nothing productive that can happen with a conversation with somebody like that. They're insane. They're absolutely fucking crazy to be doing what they're doing right now. They're not going to get away with it. God will not let that happen. I mean, and I believe I've tried every authority, guys. Like I have gone to everybody I could possibly think of, and nobody will help me. So they're all getting sued for negligence by myself. It's going to be a very successful lawsuit from what I understand. So nobody is doing their jobs. The military might have to step in and protect me because nobody else will. But God's got my back also. So he's, God will somehow rectify the situation in his perfect timing. And so I'm just waiting for that to happen. But I also know that there are some people who realize that they got lied to by the local voodoo practitioner here, the one that lives underneath me. They know that she's been full of shit basically this whole time. And she's trying to blame me for every bad thing that's gone on in her life. She thinks that, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to blame me for, but whatever it is, I haven't done anything. The only thing that I ever do is clear my own energy, and I burn sage or whatever I need to. Like I burn incense in my home, and I do energy work when somebody is attacking me with black magic, because a lot of people are sending death to me right now. Because if I die, they get everything. So everybody's trying to kill me, and they're sending all these hitmen and all kinds of things, and none of them have been successful because I'm protected. And I think a lot of them have realized this, and they've realized that I'm telling the truth, that I'm totally innocent, that I've done nothing wrong. I've never even had a conversation with the person I've had one conversation on the phone with the person downstairs, and she was pretending to be her own mother or something, trying to tell me that she was going to rectify the situation and kick that person out if they kept attacking me. It was totally full of shit, just like always. And then the redhead used to be pretending to be my friend. I didn't realize that witches do that they get in and then they switch things around and then they start triggering you so that they can have control over you and they can attach a cord and stuff. I've been learning a lot of this stuff as I've gone along. So, anyway, so I'm kind of trapped in a situation where I can't sleep in my apartment. I have to sleep in my car right now because, being at home, I can't bear to sleep in my bed because of what they do to me all night. So I sleep in my car and they still torture me in my car too. So, but at least I've got my own space away from them. But you know, I've got cats and I love them dearly, and I miss them when I'm not around them. And so and I'm paying rent on that place, and I should be able to, you know, sleep at home. I want to sleep at home. I want to be at home as long as I want to be without being fucking tortured. I mean, this whole thing is just really ridiculous. But it's had its purpose, and it's been training me to be closer to God even. You know, all things work together for good. They all work together for God. So this is part of my, like, initiation as a chosen one. I believe we all go through this. Some type of really big testing period that we go through. Kind of a dark night of the soul before we come out celebrated. So, the contract's already over from what I understand. They were not successful in stealing my destiny, because you can't steal the destiny of a chosen one. But they will not accept defeat. They look at it as some kind of competition, which I don't, because I really could give a shit. But they think it is. They've got huge egos, which I don't either. I'm saying either because, you know, it's like I just am minding my own business, doing my own thing, and they need to be doing the same. They need to get over the fact that, you know, they just don't get it. They're so stuck in their egos that they want to win. They've never had this happen before where they weren't successful, which is really scary in itself. Because how many people have they killed to steal their money or their destiny or whatever it is? But God is here to say that it's the time for healing, that it's a time to expose all this darkness that's been going on in our world for way too long. You can see it everywhere in the world. It's being exposed everywhere. It's not just us. But chosen ones are sent to the most corrupt places there are. We are sent to, you know, to make change in that town. So God has told me that there are starting to be people who are rallying for me, who do understand or understand that I am telling the truth. And they've watched me. You know, a lot of these people have monitored the bad guys, the bad guys who've been lying. They've been monitoring them, like reporting back to them like they do in these covens, you know, oh, she went here, she bought that, she did this or whatever. They can tell that none of it adds up. I'm not sleeping around. I haven't had sex with somebody for like 14 fucking years. I haven't even dated anybody. I haven't even really talked to anybody. And like, I haven't even had any kind of like get to know you conversation with a guy for a million years. I mean, I don't know how many years, but so long I can't remember. You know, it's like I stay totally to myself. I stay completely and totally to myself. I love peace. I don't like drama. I'd rather just move past this as quick as possible. So what I was saying though is God is saying that some of these hitman and monitoring spirits or monitoring people are realizing they got themselves into a heap of shit because they have been doing things to attack me and to help these other people, these liars, without doing their due diligence. And so now they're getting a bunch of karma on them. Now they're really paying the price. and they're saying, oh shit, we better do something to stop all of our lives from falling apart, basically. So they're wanting to help me now. They're wanting to do something to help. So please do. If that's you, if you have realized that you got duped by these people, just like I did, and just like everybody has, just because of jealousy, just because of their ego and competitive nature and whatever else, it's all bullshit. They have no valid, except for wanting to steal my destiny or whatever. I mean, they have no actual valid reason for coming after me, because I've never done anything to any of these people. Never. There's like, I've been so nice to all of them. I even befriended, even the redhead, I paid her to help me bring groceries up and stuff. Like, I even insisted on paying her, even though she said, oh no, I'm happy to do it for you for free, not realizing it was a total trick. So anyway, if any of you guys want to help me out, I would really appreciate it. I mean, I just don't want to get tortured anymore, you guys. If somebody could stop the crazy people that are downstairs from me, that are constantly constantly attacking me with those things, so that I can just fucking relax and just be in my apartment like they are, like everybody else is able to do in their normal life. If I can sleep in my bed at night, and if I can just be in my apartment, that's all I care, and I don't want to have to sleep in my fucking car anymore. So if you guys could either stop the redhead from putting, or I don't know if it's just her now either. I mean, I think there are other people involved that are putting devices under my car or whatever. I don't know how all that works with the car thing. I haven't been able to figure that out. I've tried. I can't move. Some of you are, gosh, you guys, like, some of you act like you've got the, when you're watching a movie, don't go through that door, da, 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 I know you're tempted to do that, to act like you're smarter than me somehow, or think that I should just blah, blah, blah. Trust me, I've tried everything, you guys. I've been stuck in this situation since January. I've tried to think of everything. I cannot move from where I am at until or unless I have a safe place to go that I know they're not going to follow me and do the same damn thing all over again. It'd be stupid, okay? So I have to have something happen to where somebody out there, maybe the military or somebody, knows somewhere that I can go that I'll be safe from all of this. When all these people are in jail, which they will be, they have to be, there's no way they'll get away with this, because this is just the time of the Great Awakening, and everyone's getting exposed, and all the readings say that they're already in questioning and everything. But supposedly I'm supposed to receive some kind of letter anytime letting me know all of this, and say, like, they're paying you back that money. We're making them pay you back that money, even though they are just desperately fighting against that being able to happen. Still attacking me like this. So they're obviously insane, completely out of their minds, and deranged and psychotic and in denial, like I don't understand why they're still attacking me. I don't get it. And I'm like the nicest person in the world. Like, I would be anybody's friend. It's the weirdest fucking thing that's ever happened in my life. I never thought I'd ever go through something like that. All I do is help people. I help people. I love animals. I love earth. I love nature. I love God. I try and always do the right thing. If I do a bad thing ever, I expose myself immediately, because I want my audience to learn from it too, so that they don't make the same stupid mistake, I'm an open book. I got no skeletons in my closet. Trust me, I'm sure they've looked. I'm sure they've tried everything. All they've got is lies. If they ever said I've done anything, it's all lies. It's just lies. That's all they've got to go on, and that's their whole world. That's all they know is to lie. So, and I know these private investigators and everybody have looked into it. They know I'm telling the truth. I am not doing anything wrong. So, whoever would like to help me, those are the two things that I want to have happen. I don't want to get attacked in my car anymore, and I don't want to get attacked in my home. If you can accomplish those two things, however that might need to happen, then thank you. Then thank you. And you probably spare yourself some serious karma if you do something to rectify or to make up for what you've done. But you also should probably you should probably do some soul searching about why you would even need to do those things in the first place and why you didn't do your due diligence. And you might try to have a conscience, try to feel bad for this happening. Because some of you, from according to the readings, are just wanting the karma to come off. But this is a good time to reflect. Like, why don't I become a more honest person? You can have money and be an honest person. Being an honest person doesn't mean you're broke. You know what I mean? It's like, and I teach that on my channel. I teach you how to be abundant and flourishing and go after your passion and things like that. So don't discredit that part of you that needs to learn from this experience. It doesn't seem like people who are in these cults or these covens, like, it doesn't seem like they do much time reflecting on themselves, like learning from anything. It just seems like they just want to lie, cheat, and steal. That's all they think about is black magic, black magic, black magic. I have to do this spell or that spell or that. It's always trickery. It's like, it's been a valuable experience for me just knowing the extremes of this world. I mean, God did a really good job of finding the absolute opposite of me to show me how vast this whole experience of being a human being truly is. Like, these are the depths of hell these people are living in. They have no goodness in their hearts. They are completely black darkness. They don't give a shit about anybody. Nobody. Not even people they're pretending to give a shit about. They don't give a shit about them either. Somebody yesterday said that even some of these practitioners, these dark practitioners, are siphoning off of their friends that are in the coven too. Trying to siphon off their energy because they're so desperate. And some of them have put so much death magic on me that they're calling death to themselves in their own lives. Everything that they're wishing upon me is going to happen to them. They're not getting that. And it's not that I'm doing any black magic on them. I mean, the most I do is send it back, send energy that I was cut off. I cut myself off when I started to explain. When I get attacked, because I get attacked a lot, I just get a blip of it. God just shows me a little thing of it. I don't get hit really hard. God's just more like, just so you know, this person is still at it. And this is why you're feeling this. And this is what's going on. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll feel it for a moment, but I immediately send any kind of ill intentions or negative energy back to the conjurer, summoner, and the origin of where it came from. That's all I do on my part. And then, like I said, I smudge or I clear my own energy field and get all their shit off of me. I clean myself, basically take a shower, take an energetic shower, but that's all I'm doing. I would never harm somebody or even the most retaliation I've ever done in this situation is stomp. And that's only happened 3 or 4 times back in the beginning when I was just like, back the fuck off, stop attacking me. This hurts like fucking hell. But that's all I've ever done to retaliate, and you would think that I'd have popped off by now or something like that. But, that never does anybody any good. It just doesn't. If you're dealing with somebody that's on your level and you guys are having a nice, mature conversation that's productive, that's a totally different thing. If I knew I could have that with these people and kind of work it out and be like, okay, what are they offering you? What is this about? Let's have a talk about this and how we can come up with some kind of a happy, a win-win for both of us, or let's figure out, if I thought I could have a conversation like that with these people, I would have by now, for sure. Absolutely. But they're out of their minds. They're jealous like hell. They hate me and they try to turn everybody against me. So there's no working with these people. They have no peace in them. They have no love in them. They've got nothing positive in those vessels, in those bodies of theirs or their minds. So nothing good can come of a conversation with these people. So that's my situation. That's what I'm in. I'm hoping to God that there is a private investigator that's doing all of this. I'm hoping to God it's true that, everybody's pretty much getting caught and exposed, just like everything. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm of what's happening in the world right now, really. And I'm hoping to God that I get that letter and somebody tells me it's all being returned to you. And I'm hoping to God that, you know, all of these wonderful things start turning around and my life goes back to normal, because I really love my life. I love my life. I love everything about being here on this beautiful earth, and would like to proceed in safety and in peace. So, not in pieces. So, you know, what can you do when you got a bunch of haters on you that hate you for no reason except that you're a nice person and they're not, basically, is what it comes down to. I don't know, but I'm doing my best to stay present with God and to have conversations with him and take a look at the readings that he's sending me and share them with you on my community page, so you guys can all, because some of you were getting so distressed that you were just like worried about whether I'd make it out of this or not. And so I'm trying to reassure you too by sharing the readings with you guys as well, so you guys can see what God's been sending me in terms of explaining what's going on behind the scenes that we can't see yet. But anyway, it's all getting exposed, all the truth's coming out. And so yeah, if anybody wants to help me, that's how you can help me. Stop them from torturing me, please. That would be lovely. I'm too old to be going through all this torture. I really am. I mean, even if I was young and resilient, and I mean, but like, I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady. I shouldn't have to go through this at this age. I didn't even know I had all that money. I didn't even care about that. So anyway, my destiny's mine. God's assured me that. And they're not, they have not been successful at anything that they've tried. Nothing. Well, a little bit. I mean, they got my cat to scratch me. You know, there's certain things that they get away with temporarily, or just like a little blip, but nothing. You know, I've kept my harmony, I've kept my balance, I've kept my happiness, no matter how hard it's been, no matter how hard they've nailed me, no matter what they've done. I've kept my integrity through this entire process, and I've been reporting it to you guys because God tells me so, and thank God I have, because I have, from what I understand, God's told me that the private investigator has been putting the information I'm putting out together with what he's come up with, and it's given him a more complete picture, so I'm glad. And private investigator, if you're watching, thank you so much for looking into this. From what I understand, you're very intuitive as well, and I think that's fucking awesome. So good job. Please keep it up, and please contact me so that I know, so that I can feel reassured that, you know, that somebody's on this, which I do feel absolutely certain that somebody's doing something about this. It's just, it's hard when you've got no proof of any of it, you know. It's hard. So, and I know they're going to take advantage of what I just said and do some black magic to make me doubt the whole thing and all that kind of shit. I'll be on to you guys. Like, trust me. I know the difference between when you're trying to make me feel something and when I genuinely actually feel that. And if you feel any doubt, it is demons. So I am listening to a little bit of the demons sometimes. Sometimes, not always. But I'm trying to keep my hopes up. And, you know, faith the size of a mustard seed. And, so, but I also have 100% faith that I'm going to make it out of this, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm just like trying to hurry the process along, so I'm not in so much pain all the time. So that's the only thing I'm just like, okay, hurry up. Whoever's working on this, please hurry up. You guys have no idea how this fucking feels. Hurry up. So, but I know they're trying to be very thorough, and I know that once these guys go to jail, some of them maybe even already are, but once they go to jail, that they'll stay there for a very, very long time. So anyway, so that's the situation. You're up to speed. My email is always underneath these videos. I also put the information of a local cop that I feel is a good person underneath this video. His name is Jay Camacho. You can contact him. If you have a testimonial to share about me and how sane I am, how emotionally mature I am, how helpful I've been or instrumental even in helping you in your own life, you could share that with him. just to, fight against their whole fake power of attorney bullshit. Or if you want to help me, you can email me or just find out who's attacking me and why, and take away their weapons or whatever you can do. I just want to stop being attacked. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be fucking left alone. That's all I'm asking. I'm not even asking for any kind of vengeance or anything. I know they're going to get caught, period. So I'm not even worried about that part. I just don't want to be tortured anymore. Please, if you could do something about it, you guys, please do. In the meantime, I'm just going to be staying present as much as I can and getting through it as best I can. So, all right. Have a great day, guys.